Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's CaitlinAnwyn and today we are going to be doing a base game only starter build. So the trick with the floating part of the build is, as you can see, or as you saw in the beginning, I built a small little room for the first floor and then built a room above it so that the house itself is technically the second floor of the building, so you're always gonna have to go up a floor if you want to play in this. I find it slightly irritating, but I don't mind it too much. You sort of forget that you're on the second floor after a while. It's just when you load into the lot, there'll be nothing there, just to let you know. You just gotta go up a floor for it to sort of appear. So you just drag it down with the little widget, I think they call it. I'm not sure now. There's like an arrow right in the center of the room that will have up and down, and then you can drag that up and down to how high or how low you want that set of rooms. So there's two sets of rooms, as you can see here. The one block is the full house, which is on the second floor because it's floating, and then I've left the first floor there just to show that that's the floor that stays on the ground, and that's why the whole house can be floating. And it's really accessible to Sims once you add some stairs, so it can float like that. And when you add stairs, then it is accessible to all the Sims, so you can sort of do split leveling, but you can't connect one level to another yet. And I was looking at different inspirations on Pinterest, so looking for the start of a build. To always get the general outline, I always have a look on Pinterest, see what sort of houses that I like the look of on there, and then see how I can adapt it to The Sims, if you could say that. I never do an exact copy because you can't get real life buildings to look anything like that on The Sims, unfortunately. We don't get round walls. That is like top on my list for building list of things that I'd like to be added into The Sims is rounded walls, because you can have rounded fences but you can't have rounded walls, and I'd really like that. And I made the inside quite open plan, but for some reason when I play tested this part that I put in between the like glass area and the main part of the building, Sims completely glitched with the spandrels are, so I deleted that afterwards once I'd play tested after I'd built it. And a nice little trick for the lighting, I really like using the saucer lights, but once you're doing your starter and you want to keep to a budget, you can use the kids lights, which are like half the price, and shrink them down and they look practically the same. Still look like spotlights. They still look like spotlights, so it's fine. And I gave that back room is going to be the bedroom, and I wanted to keep the main part really open plan and airy to make it stop it being so cramped. So I thought, I tell you what, you can have an ensuite. That's fancy for a tiny house, having an ensuite, why not? And because it's an ensuite, I could use the cheaper glass door, because the glass door's pretty much one of the cheapest ones in the build. That's why I used it on the front as well. And the greenhousey sort of look to it, I thought it fit really well with that little part. Obviously, like, if you do download it and renovate it, once you like live in there, you start off in this, and the more money you earn, the more you can sort of renovate this house. I'd love to see if anyone does renovate this and make it bigger and more applicable to them. I'd love to see that. If you put it on the gallery, just hashtag CaitlinAnwyn, exactly how my gallery name and everything spelt YouTube. I'd love to see it. If anyone does renovate, that would be really cool. I don't mind if anyone re-uploads if they've renovated on the gallery. It'd be really cool to see someone else's interpretation of my build. That'd be amazing. And they've added new textures into these sofas, and I really like it. It makes the cheaper sofa look a little bit less cheap because there's like a slight texture of fabric on there, which I really liked. And I figured because I was using this as more of a glass home, I thought these Sims could possibly be eco-friendly or really like being green. So I picked lots of green, like a darker tealy green for the bedroom and a pastel green for the main room. Because it's still kind of got to be pastel. I'm sure every build I've done on this on my channel has had some sort of pastel in it, but normally it's pink, so I have changed it up a little bit using green in this build. I'm trying to get a little bit out of my comfort zone. So normally I splurge and try and make the prettiest houses I can, so in this I thought I'd make a little challenge for myself with not only having it base game, because base game was free for a week. I thought I'd make a starter, so any of the new simmers could stumble upon this on the gallery or even stumble upon this video. That would be cool. Hi, welcome to the Sims community. We're really nice. They can straight away pop this down and build on it straight away. I also tried not to use any cheats, because if you do use the move objects cheat and you download it onto the gallery, download it off the gallery, you need to have the move objects cheat on when you download it and place it in, otherwise things kind of do go a little bit higgledy-piggledy. It's the same with my paintings on the gallery. You need move objects on to download those, otherwise some sort of disappear. And I realised all of the base game rugs are ugly, in my opinion. I tried so many, and I tried sizing them up to try and make it look a little bit fancier than it was, and I really didn't like any of them. Though if I go for like those circle rugs with just a plain colour again, there's just nothing interesting there, so I gave up and got rid of all of the rugs, didn't I? Oh no, I picked a more expensive rug. So I changed the swatch to green. They really like green in this house. Obviously you can change that. And if they like green and they really like nature or are eco-friendly, we're gonna have a plant in there, and that base game plant is my favourite, and I pretty much use that all the time when I need to do limited packs or just base game. And I don't think I've ever used this lamp before, so that's pretty cool. I didn't like the way it lit up the room much, so I was just spinning it here, there and everywhere trying to get a nice spotlight on the room. But I'd never used it before and I thought it was a little bit interesting, so why not, instead of putting a lamp on the bedside table. And every kitchen needs a fruit bowl if they don't have anything else. They've got at least one counter free to cook some food. And I thought I would include a little bit more glass into this build and save on some money from windows by putting, the roofs are free, so you save a lot of money in that way. So I didn't put any windows in the back and just completely made that like a spotlight, you could say, above the bedroom. So there's no windows at all in the bedroom, but in certain parts of the day, and when I tested this in live mode and tested whether everything worked, the lighting is really pretty where once you go through the day. So you've got like the lighting from the greenhousey front part of the building, and then in the bedroom the light streaks across the bedroom as well, so it's really nice. But I've got to say, if you are new to The Sims, that my settings are on ultra, so I have quite nice lighting in the game at the moment. But I used to play on a laptop with medium to low settings, so things didn't look quite as pretty as they do in my game. So that's why you'll see me appreciate this a lot. I love the lighting and the way everything looks at the moment, because I'm really proud of my PC now. Yeah, so it'll be slightly different depending on your graphics settings, because I know I did not get the pretty lighting from the glass roofs on medium to low settings. But you can always fiddle around with that yourself. But I found that my game ran better on lower settings on my laptop. And I thought I'd give, like, again, going out of my comfort zone, making things asymmetrical. I pulled the glass roof down on one side so it could be more of a outdoor seating area, and just like one little seat just in that cubby hole just to look over the river. I thought that'd be really nice. And speaking of the river, there is a fishing spot right by this lot, which is amazing if you're just starting out. Fishing is a really good skill to have, and obviously, like, you don't need to buy anything for the fishing skill. You just click on that sign, stop fishing, and then eventually you'll catch some fish and make some money. Amazing. So this is when I gave up with the no move objects. So everything inside, no move objects. And then I found these pillars and it made it look like the house had little feet and it was actually supporting the floor all the way up. I thought they looked perfect. Again, a space game. I was even more chuffed. But just the exact spot where that bottom bit is looks like it's supporting the bottom of the building. And I was so happy with them. Like, I never used those pillars or columns at all. And then when I found them and they look great in this build, I was like, oh wow, I found something new to use. And I've had base game for like 2 years now. Wow. And then I used the air conditioners for like another support area underneath, and then I remembered, oh yeah, you can go down a level and then the whole house disappears. This is what I meant earlier by the whole house is on the second floor, not the first floor. And then I popped some windows where the glass roof was in the bedroom so it can streak all the way down. You get what I mean if you played in there. It's really pretty. I love it. And then I moved things around because I wanted a nice little tree to shade you when you're doing your fishing. Just imagining starters and what you do to grind for money in the beginning. My paintings, which a few people have really enjoyed these paintings from my last video, which I really appreciate. Thank you so much. This took me forever and it was a fun little project for me. I'm not the first one to do it, but I thought I would show it on a YouTube video and a lot of people really enjoyed it, so thank you for that. And this is a nice little trick to do with starter builds. So these paintings don't register for the price of the lot, so they don't count. So you can put absolute masterpieces with thousands and it doesn't increase the value of the lot. So I always add these in for starter builds because it makes it a lot more interesting to look at, for me anyway. And it's different artwork. It could be like a little surprise for people who download it and haven't seen this video. And it's like, oh, where did that artwork come from? And then you see you can paint it and then be like, oh wow, what other paintings can I do? But I really, really like it. I think it makes it a little bit more interesting, and obviously I can keep it to a theme as well because there's so many different paintings you can choose from. I kept to like nature, greenery, trees sort of colour scheme, and obviously the greeny sort of tealy green with that one painting really matches really nicely. Oh, and that's where I popped in the easel, and then I was like, oh, I don't like that, and switch it and pop the digitalistic sketchpad inside instead. Took away his books and his tissues, sorry. Or his. And there we go, there is the completed build. I'm really happy with it. I wanted to make something completely different than what is already in the world. I wanted to show how you can use different tools for different things, and here we go. This is the gallery for the build, and it shows what it looks like on the gallery and how much it is. So you can see there that it's roughly 16,000, which for a starter home we try to make it under 17.5, so you can buy the lot and buy the house without needing to earn any of the money. So you can download that straight from the gallery, straight with 2 new Sims, and you are ready to go. And if you're ever in a pinch with money, you can always sell the paintings that are on the walls. And I'm going to end this here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, and it would mean so much to me if you would subscribe and hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!